Good morning, YouTube family. It's a Monday morning. It's like 7 a.m. I'm just getting up. This entire weekend, I went to a conference. And if you're an introvert, you understand that when you have a ton of like people interaction, it's draining. So I'm exhausted, but I had to get up because I have a second interview in like 2 hours. So yesterday, Sunday, I got an email from one of the companies I've been interviewing with for this new role I'm trying to transition to in tech. And she emailed me yesterday. It's like, hey, can we get on a second interview tomorrow morning? So of course I was like, yeah, of course. So now I have to prepare. I'm super tired, but we're gonna get this together and just kind of prepare. I get super nervous. I really haven't had to interview for positions in a very, very, very long time, like very long time. I've been an entrepreneur for so long, and so transitioning into tech, which I transitioned earlier this year, but I really didn't have to interview because I got that role through like networking. And so now that I'm trying to transition into a different role that's not marketing, it's been a lot of work, which I'll talk about in a different video. But right now, I got to prepare for this second interview for this software company. So pray for me, y'all. I got like 30 minutes until I'm supposed to be on the call. I'm low-key getting nervous. I can't even lie. I'm actually really nervous right now. I just gotta go in there with confidence. That's one thing that I've been trying to work on, like having higher energy, having more confidence. Because if you ever meet me in person, you know that I'm very like laid back, okay? Very chill personality, nonchalant, kind of like, I'm not very high energy. And so when I'm doing these interviews, I've been like really having to force myself to be more like high energy so that that can translate over the screen, because I don't want them to, and I do this when I'm like making content or when I'm like talking to customers, clients, whatever. So I really have to make sure that shows in my interview. So I really got to practice like high energy, confidence, because even if you mess up in an interview, I realize like, as long as you're speaking with confidence, there's room for error there. It's not going to feel as bad. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but as long as you have confidence, that's just a takeaway from this. As long as you have confidence when you're talking, it's going to be a night and day difference, okay? Because I'm sure nobody wants to hire someone who's shy and timid, especially if you're like a client-facing role, like account management, customer success. Like, you got to bring that energy. So I got to hype myself up. So I've been trying to hype myself up, which a lot of people like to get ready with music. I don't, okay? I like to focus and think about like my responses and things like that I'm going to be saying, because I really got to plan that out. I really do. Like, as an introvert, I literally have to plan out my introduction of me introducing who I am. Because I get nervous, I get anxious when I'm like talking to people. So yeah, let's just finish getting ready, y'all, because I only got 30 minutes to get it together. So this position that I am interviewing for here in like a few minutes, this is the second round, like I said. And this, I think I applied on Indeed. Like, I've really mostly been applying on Indeed, LinkedIn, and then like I've just been kind of looking up different tech companies and applying on their websites if they're hiring for the, the role that I'm looking for. But this one was definitely an Indeed. And it took me a long time to really like figure out my resume, honestly, because I've been just a full-time business owner since 2018, right? And the resume that I had before, like over these last few months of trying to find a different role, I was not getting like any callbacks at all. No interviews, no nothing. And then just a couple weeks ago, I called a friend of mine who works in tech, and I just kind of let her know that I was, trying to transition into a new role, and to see if there's like any advice, tips, or I know she's helped a few people, so I don't know if she had like services or anything. But she gave me one tip, and that kind of, I think, changed the game for me. So basically what she said was that as a business owner, like, don't just put, oh, I owned this business, XYZ business. you need to actually put the role that you were doing in that business, right? So for example, if I'm trying to get a project manager role in tech, if I have a company and I know that I was doing project management, I'm going to put that I was a project manager, and I'm going to talk about the things that I did in my business as that role. And so that's what I did. I literally put, a couple different roles that really kind of encompass a lot of the things that I was doing in my business. And then I think also just, working with that tech company that I've been working with this year really helped as well. And that one I didn't have to interview for, because like I said, it was more so like I met the founder through networking, and kind of pitched him a little bit. Not really a little bit. I pitched him to work with me, and he ended up accepting. So I think that helped. But really having like those roles from my business, I think really made a difference. I really think it did, because as soon as I did that, and I also changed the format of my resume. So I realized that having a resume that's just very plain and simple, that works. Like, you don't want to have a bunch of like graphics. You don't want to really have like really anything other than the information, literally. Like, it does not need to look aesthetic or anything like that, because my aesthetic resume did not get me any interviews. My non-aesthetic resume has gotten me a ton of interviews this month. And like I said, I'm on like the second round or the final round for multiple companies. So it works. It really works. So that's that has helped me a lot. And I kind of feel like I like cracked the code a little bit, which is why I wanted to start making more content about it, because I'm kind of over the whole like coaching as far as like courses and stuff like that. Like, I moved out of that era of my life. Okay. But I still want you guys to get this information, because it's very, very helpful. And I know that a lot of people are transitioning, into careers now, especially in the tech field, because there's so much opportunity. So I just want to at least share a lot of the things that I've been learning throughout this process of transitioning into a different tech role, and then actually having to, apply and interview, multiple rounds of interviews. Like an interview that I have, a final round interview I have tomorrow. I actually have to do a presentation. So I'll do another video about kind of my preparation for that. But that is what has helped me as far as resumes. So if you have a business, you just got to put what you do in your business and put that in more corporate terms, in terms that they're going to understand, and talk about things that they care about, which are results. They care about results. They care about the processes, the teams that you managed. They care about all of that. So hopefully that helps somebody.